So, honorable and esteemed people of the United Kingdom, you can see the time today at the present is 1:17 p.m. and it's Wednesday, which is 23rd of June 2021, and you can see the BBC News, which is here right in front of yourselves. And I'm at home, and I've been home constantly for the last over 7 months now. I have not gone out anywhere since the 7th of November 2020. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you can see that is my father, the very first professor of Punjabi literature in the whole world with 49 PhD doctorates under him. So you can see, and then you can see media law by Jeffrey Robertson and Andrew Nicol. Publicity is the very soul of justice, crime pulse in the dark. And Inside the Brotherhood by Martin Short, with the Parliament's inquiry in black and white. In the author's note, where Right Honourable Chris Mullin, the chair of the House of Commons, has said, nothing undermines public confidence more than the knowledge that some public servants are members of the secret society whose sole aim is mutual self-advancement in wrongful column of mutual support for self-greed of career advancement or materialistic gain of cash or kind. And you can also see the Brotherhood by Stephen Knight, both accepted by the Parliament's 1995 inquiry into the misuse and abuse of free ministry into judiciary, the police and the public servants in the network of the establishment-based mafia, the caucus, which is political corruption and criminal corruption and wrongful column of mutual support, as I just quoted to yourselves, and I shall pan on them in a minute. And you can also see Politics of the Judiciary by J.A.G. Griffiths as well. And of course, these are some of the books written by my father. And Politics of the Judiciary says that the judges can only break the laws of the land if the political climate, if the political system allows them, and so can the police carry on with racism. And they have acknowledged exactly the same, that is mirroring the Parliament's 1995 inquiry, criticizing and putting to shame and bringing into the public domain all the multifacets of the hideous and contemptuous misuse of authority by the judiciary, the police, and the public servants in a hierarchy where the institutional racism carries on and on. And you can see the International Rhodes Thesaurus and the Rhodes Thesaurus for the definitions. And also you can see we do have the Collins dictionaries here, and I believe I have kept my the Oxford dictionary, which you can see is right here, and which I shall show you. Here it is. I usually keep it here on the shelves. Never mind, I can keep it here for the time being, and you can have a look. That is there, that I put in to the definition. These are my sons. My oldest son, the medical doctor, the younger one, the mathematics honors and business masters. And of course, I have to show you, first of all, this is where my address is 13 Wickham Close, Frank Hatton Court, Rusholme, Manchester, M14 4HW, and of course Miss Jagkanchana Singh. And you can see the Tesco delivery that was delivered on the 15th of June 2021. Today is the 23rd of June, only 1 week ago. And you can also see this is the rent statement. Again, Miss Jagkanchana Singh, 13 Wickham Close, Frank Hatton Court, which is Rusholme, Manchester. And also you can see this is British Gas. And of course, please do take note that these are, this statement is of April 2021. And then this one is the British Gas, which is also a statement, which is of till April 2021. They're all 2021, and they are, this one is also the energy statement. Another one of British Gas, which is again and Miss Jug Singh, 13 Wickham Close, Manchester, M14 4HW. And of course, I will go to show yourselves the bank statements. Here you can see that is NatWest Bank, and this one is a statement which is till the 7th of June 2021, when it says Miss Jug K. Singh, which is on my cash cards as well, the debit cards and Visa card. And so you can see 13 Wickham Close, Manchester, M14 4HW. And this is again NatWest Bank. This is the second account statement as well. Again, which is Miss Jug K. Singh, Jagkanchana Singh, 13 Wickham Close, Manchester, M14 4HW. And then furthermore, you can here see more NatWest Bank statements, which is, they send a summary every month, and that is the monthly statement, which is, this one is of the savers account. You can see the instant saver, which is written there. And this one is till the 2nd of June 2021. And this is, again, addressed to me on 13 Wickham Close, Manchester, M14 4HW. And this one you can see is the foundation account, again, NatWest Bank, which is giving the branch details as well, that it is Manchester City Centre is the branch detail, and of course addressed to Mr. Kanchana Singh, 13 Wickham Close, Manchester, M14 4HW. And you can also see one of the Sky, people's Sky TV and the Sky Broadband. Their letter also addressed to me with my full name is Jag Kanchana Singh, 13 Wickham Close, Manchester, Lancashire, M14 4HW. And of course, furthermore, you can see this is the lounge where I am standing, and that is again my oldest son, the medical doctor, the one with the glasses, the younger one, the business masters, and also mathematics honors. And here they are both in the picture, and that's my father, very first professor of Punjabi literature in the whole, with 49 PhD doctorates under him, Professor Dr. Surinder Singh Kohli. And then these are the boys again, and there are more photographs, and that's myself. And that is my brother who lives in Canada with his family. And then some more photographs, which is the Hari Mandir Sahib, which is the Golden Temple, which is there, and my father's photograph in the middle. And of course, you can see me as on top. You can see when I was selected as the beauty queen at the first All India Inter-University Youth Festival a long time ago, of course. And then you can see the Manchester University students in the photographs with me who nominated me to become their MP, etc., who are in these photographs, different students of Manchester University. So this is the lounge, and I can give you a broader view of it as well. And here we can see the entire lounge is there, and the dining table, and of course the middle table, and the settees, etc., and the TV which is on, as you can see. And this is my kitchen, my dears. This is, I can go a little bit further back to give you an entire view of this. And you can see the microwave, and you can see the juicer, and of course the garlic and the ginger and the lemons, etc., in here. And many different Indian pickles are here, etc. And of course the coconuts and the fresh tomatoes, etc., and so on and so forth. And that is the washing machine, that is the fridge and freezer, and that is the pressure cooker. And of course this is the fridge, and you can see there are some lovely juices in here. Tesco delivered only 1 week ago. I have consumed some, and I still have some more, and the harvest bread and the cheese, cheddar cheese, and the flora, etc. And of course I can show you, also take you into, and of course some photographs are displayed here as well. And in the bedroom, of course, so that I do not forget, that is the bedroom. You can see the photographs of my sons. This is just adjacent to the kitchen, and then here you can see the photographs of my sons as well, and of course of some friends as well are there. And these are all my photographs in here. And then furthermore, you can see the photographs in here, etc. And that is, the house alarm is there, the Sky Broadband is there, and an OK button, because I lived in a place which has got an office which, where if I need anyone, I'm not under anyone, but if I need, then I can go to them to ask for something. But of course, I've lived here more than 2.5 years, and I've been all right, and I don't attend any resident meetings. I'm completely independent. I don't go to any, I do not communicate with any of the neighbors except one woman. I'm a single woman, and I love my independence. I don't have a man in my life for the last 25 years. I do not wish to have one. And this is the dressing table, and these are my multivitamins and minerals in here, and etc. And of course, furthermore, I can give you a little bit more insight. It is as normal a house as anybody else's. You can see the glasses and everything in here, and some more things in here. And then you can also see some more things in here, etc. And in here, etc. and etc. etc. And here we are, so on and so forth. So, and plus in here as well, the oils, etc. And of course you will be able to see that that is the bathroom, and you can see that there are all the toilet rolls as well as you can see the shampoos and other things, Redox and the toothpaste, etc. And then you can also see the flash and the cleaners, etc. And so this is the bathroom and bath cum toilet. So that's the way it is, and I can give you a broader view, and I can put it that way as well to show you for the minute, and then take it that way, and of course give you a little bit more insight into this, which I can go straight on. Of course I can go to the books as well, but I have compiled things on the phone, and that will be easier to bring to the public eye of what is of core importance. And here we are, that is Inside the Brotherhood, which is by Martin Short. And here you can see the Parliament's 1995 inquiry to the misuse and abuse of Freemasonry into judiciary and the police, and that is the concluding statement of Right Honourable Chris Mullen underneath here, which is saying that nothing undermines public confidence more than the knowledge that some public servants are members of the secret society whose sole aim is mutual self-advancement in wrongful column of mutual support for self-greed of career advancement or materialistic gain of cash or kind. And then furthermore, page 15, you can see the network of corruption that breaks people's careers and sometimes break people themselves. And in organized crime, the police is charged as a nexus in Freemasonry, and you can see the corruption. And that is how the institutional racism, because these are the different institutions that people are from, the public servants, in the network of breaking people's careers and breaking people themselves in the white supremacy, where there is institutional racism. And I can make this bit big for you. You can see that one, Right Honourable Chris Mullen's statement, which says that that nothing undermines public confidence, that some public servants are members of the secret society whose sole aim is mutual self-advancement in wrongful column of mutual support for self-greed of career advancement or materialistic gain of cash or kind. But don't miss that they are from public institutions. And then furthermore, you can also see this one is page 13, which is giving out that Freemasonry is a mafia. It treats victims as criminals and criminals as victims, and it protects the wrongdoers that they hire to rob, loot, kill, and rape innocent women, which I'm told that has been done to me after I was nominated to become Manchester University Students MP. My father's been murdered, my houses have been looted, and you can also see that my sons, where my husband is the beneficiary on the deaths of my sons after my death, and the life insurance policies have never been cancelled. And there is a chain of judges that was set up and bribed in the children's custody case, who gave the custody to the offending parent. You can see here quite clearly that the public events show how the Freemasons are corrupt, and that favors are granted or withheld, and the crimes are condoned or unpunished, and the offending parent is awarded custody. But also do not forget that it says quite clearly that the inept promoted and the able destroyed, and they carry on in witch hunting, in breaking people's careers, breaking people and rob, loot and kill, and making them homeless, jobless, penniless, and of course doing hypnotizing, anesthetizing, and gang raping, anesthetizing, giving injections to hasten death. That is what the secret society is about: hideous, contemptuous, ill will and malice. And you can see quite clearly here, which again, it's all by the book, and you can see here page 11, which says that it is ill will and malice, riddled with ill will and malice, Freemasonry, and that it is misused for corrupt ends of any kind, and that it is exploited for financial gain and career advancement. So you can see some of the crucial important things And then you can also see that Freemasons only divert the discourse. They do not deal with matters because they are unwilling to deal with matters. They only pledge to break the law of the land, and they find pride in the breaches of the law rather than its observance. And furthermore, you can also see page 185, which brings to the public eye that Freemasonry is insider trading by another name, which is illicit business, defined in the International Law of the Thesaurus, which is the action of deception, which is rob, loot, and kill, which is also to for the fakery of the identity as well, and fakery of the person, and which is subterfuge, which is sophistry, which is swearing black is white and white is black. And then you can see that this is saying that how the Freemason judges, many judges are top Masons who are the head of the illicit business, which is lawlessness, and it is unconstitutional and unauthorized and doing the prohibited, and it is black market, and it is also prostitution and pimping in 732 of the International Law of the Thesaurus, defined in there quite clearly, and the action of deception in 356 in the Law of the Thesaurus. However, may I bring to your public eye that Freemason judges are in the Parliament's inquiry exposed in here to be top Masons, and that they treat the common man of Britain as expendable nuisance. You can see expendable nuisance, and you can see the ordinary people. And then you can see that this is page 185 inside the Brotherhood. And furthermore, we can go on to show you that how there is nothing called merit or justice in Freemasonry. It's all about due subordination, page 186. And then page 187, which says that the Freemasonry is a hierarchy, and that it is built on rank and fortune. And furthermore, that Freemasonry is an unlawful society with an unlawful oath. It says when Parliament passed the Unlawful Societies Act, it outlawed all organizations, the members of which are required to take an oath not authorized by the law, and that description fitted Freemasonry perfectly. And furthermore, which is 188 page, which is again giving out quite clearly the definition of Freemasonry, that Freemasonry is a seditious force of British society, distorting the decisions of the state against the state and against the populace at large. And then you can see the 3 life insurance policies and 3 deaths which were made by my husband on myself and both my sons. He becomes the beneficiary of the deaths of my sons after my death. And then furthermore, you can see next one, it's displaying the Home Secretary Right Honorable Jack Straw, who asked the Freemason police and the judiciary, both of them, to declare their membership of Freemasonry and the misuse and abuse of Freemasonry. And then you can see the Leveson inquiry right there, that is into phone hacking constantly, which is nothing but Freemasonry's establishment-based mafia of doing every obstruction, of doing the subterfuge and sophistry and the fakery of the truth and of the law, and the exclusion and preclusion and rob, loot, and kill, because we'll come to that one. I'll show you just in a minute, which is underground movement of the Freemasons, which is in Stephen Knight, the Brotherhood, the basis of the Parliament's inquiry, accepted by the Parliament's inquiry as evidence. And then you can see the Freemason judges in misuse in a public petition to the House of Commons. Judge Farrer, District Judge Farrer from Coventry County Court, then District Judge Harper, District Judge Rowe, District Judge Brass, District Judge Corn, District Judge, all the district judges, these are from Somerset House, London. Judge Coleman from Royal Courts of Justice, London. Judge Collins from Birmingham. Judge Farnworth, London, Royal Courts of Justice. Judge Stuart White, Justice Stuart Smith, and Justice Wilson are all from the Royal Courts of Justice in London, who broke the law of the land, who gave the children to the offending parent, my husband, who is an adulterous husband, whose affairs were brought into the open by his own consultant in Wythenshawe Hospital. My husband is an ENT surgeon, or was an ENT surgeon. Now he's remarried to the other woman for the last 25 years, has never divorced me. And this carries on. Can you believe? They keep saying, we'll get rid of her, we'll get her, finish her, and all that carries on. I wonder how this shadow is appearing. I will change the side to show you now. It will come back, of course, yeah, there it is. And now it's better as well. And then furthermore, oh God. Furthermore, you can see here, this is when I was nominated by the Manchester University students to become their MP, but it was obstructed by the police, who openly said, she's a non-white woman, we will not let her become the MP. Had she been a white woman, we would let her become. So it is openly known. They did a race hate campaign as well, and which is no secret, which is publicly known. But despite of that, there are 80,000 students of the two universities who nominated me, many of them out of who have read this case every year for 10 years from 2004 till 2014, who nominated me to become the MP. And of course, I can show you that here, it says here, after trying to get her on the station for many years and then saying that after 4 years she arrives and Jagkanchana Singh answers all your questions. And she is, they say that the most prestigious guest ever to grace the Fuse FM, and also says furthermore that be ready to stand, get ready to march down to the polling station as she lays out her plans to stand as MP, which is right here. And then of course he also says that anyway, you fantastic woman, we've had literally thousands of people visit the site because of your interview, and this is only after 3-4 days after this radio interview. And from James Robinson, the chief presenter of the show, he has written, I've had people call me up about it. It's already broken the record of the most downloaded radio show that we've ever had on the station, etc. So you can see the enormous love and support from Manchester University students and Metropolitan University students, which are on the same road in enormity, and they are British and white in majority, and they've loved me like anything, and given me full justice, full marks, and treated me as a human being. And then furthermore, you can see this one is my CV, which is here. I have a master's in philosophy, a bachelor of law, bachelor of mass communication media. I'm the daughter of the very first professor of Punjabi literature in the whole world with 49 PhD doctorate under him, Professor Dr. Surinder Singh Kohli. And here you can see the beauty queen at the first All India University Youth Festival. That's me. And then that one, you can see me as one of the best actresses at the university, the Minister of Education giving award. And then furthermore, you can see the photographs as fashion model in college. And then furthermore, you can see some of my skills and abilities in here: interviewing skills, reporting skills, editing skills, eloquent speaker, advocacy skills, leadership qualities, etc. And I have a full CV of 15 pages, but I won't get into it at the moment. And then you can also see here, which is the statement of the Manchester University student who has known me over 11 years. He has written that it is my pleasure to write in a personal capacity regarding Jagkanchana Singh, whom I have known for the past decade. And I met Jagkanchana in 2008 when I was a first-year student at the University of Manchester. She had become by then a local celebrity amongst the student population of Manchester, a city with around 80,000 students of two universities, the University of Manchester and the Metropolitan University. For several years, Jagkanchana mounted a very successful campaign to raise public awareness on social and political issues. With no budget, Jagkanchana reached a large audience by giving speeches and printing short pamphlets which had a very wide circulation. These are remembered to this day by anyone who was in Manchester. I've always been impressed by Jagkanchana's intelligence, her goodness, and the rigor and discipline with which she conducts her campaign. And then furthermore, which is again on the second page, he says that this period culminated in a widely discussed interview with Manchester University student radio station and a campaign to become an independent MP, which collected huge number of signatures. Unfortunately, people hostile to the success of her campaign, especially those in positions of power in the council, used every means they could to obstruct her, from denial of funding to grossly unethical tactics. Thus, Manchester lost one of its best loved public speakers. And at a personal level, that I've been lucky to go to Indian functions, etc. with her. He has also said that. And this one, which he says that unfortunately, people hostile to the success of her campaign, especially those in positions of power in the council, used every means they could to obstruct her, from denial of funding to grossly unethical tactics. That's the heart of the matter. And that Manchester lost one of its best loved public speakers, which thousands of people have heard. me over and over again for 10 long years, from 2004 till 2014. And this is his name, Dr. Joseph Razavi. And so that is what it is all about. And then furthermore, you can see my 3 degrees. I shall make it a little bit big for you. This is Bachelor of Laws, you can see, from Punjab University, Chandigarh, daughter of Professor Surinder Singh Kohli, Jag Kanchana Kaur Kohli. And then furthermore, this is another 2nd degree. You can see Bachelor of Mass Communication Media, which is again Punjab University, Chandigarh, Jag Kanchana Kaur Kohli, daughter of Surinder Singh Kohli. And my 3rd degree from the university, which is a Master's in Philosophy, which is again daughter of Surinder Singh Kohli, Jag Kanchana Kaur Kohli. That was my maiden name, of course. And then this one has been passed in 1979, the Master's in Philosophy. And you can see this one is passed in 1984, which is the Bachelor of Mass Communication. That's the year when I came to the United Kingdom with my adulterous husband, who already came to the United Kingdom 3 years before me. And then his senior most consultant, Wadi Nasser, in Vidinch Hospital in 1992, February, I think. He just made everything plain and simple on his, and declared into the open and brought into the open his extramarital affairs right in front of me, in front of on his farewell party, etc., in Vidinch Hospital in Manchester. Anyways, and you can see this is 1982 when this was passed, the Bachelor of Law, which is Punjab University, Chandigarh. Chandigarh is the youngest city of India, planned by a French architect, and it is very well known. And then furthermore, may I first go to the Brotherhood by Stephen Knight, which is giving out how the bribes are secretly passed under the table. There's a system within the system, which is on page 205 in the chapter of government, which is right here. And the money is secretly passed. And then furthermore, here you can also see that Freemasons swear on oath to help any other Mason to the detriment of non-Masons. So that's how they rob, loot, and kill. They also rape the innocent women. I was told by thousands of Manchester University students that you've been anesthetized and gang raped, anesthetized and given injections to hasten your death. They wanted to save my life. They wanted to save my honor. They also said the victims are treated as criminals and criminals as victims by the Freemasons, which is known to Tom, Dick, and Harry in the United Kingdom. It is common knowledge. And then furthermore, you can see that Freemasonry is a witch hunt, and that many people want to see masonry banned in the police, page 114 of the Brotherhood by Stephen Knight, accepted by the Parliament of the United Kingdom. The Great Debate, which is the police chapter, which is saying that the police is inseditious, the Freemasonry police, which is untrustworthy, and which is breach of conscience, and it is breaching the law in every single way, and it is sedition, insubordination, and terrorism. And then you can see furthermore, in seditious, you can go to 645 in the International Order of the Thesaurus to discover that. And you can also see that the police, they also destroy the livelihoods of people, and they do blackmail and violence, and that they've been charged of robberies and murders. You can see that planned between the police and the criminals at the Masons' Lodge. So they do the organized crime, they hire the people to do all the dirty work, and then they condone them, and they cover up everything, whatever they do, which is again in the Jack the Ripper case, where the police commissioner, because Masons promote Masons, they're on top, who did all the covering up of the murders of the 5 prostitutes that were murdered by the Freemasons, which is in the great. And this is the system, which is again the chapter on law, which is in the Brotherhood by Stephen Knight, which is saying that the judges are pernicious. Pernicious is unlawful killing of the victim by organized crime, by hook or by crook, which is defined in 308 in the International Order of the Thesaurus by Braba and Kiffler. And pernicious is also laying profane hands, which is the anesthetizing and gang raping of innocent women, and which is smear campaign of opposition to the law, which is sophistry, swearing black is white and white is black, which is institutional racism, and it is white supremacy and black supremacy. You can go to 980, and it is color barred to exclude and preclude, and also do a negative veto 444 International Order of the Thesaurus, which says the word kill. So it's none of my making. You can see all of it is by the book, and you can also see here that everything is decided well in advance. It says here quite clearly that the Freemason judges, they do the underhanded deals out of court, and everything is decided well in advance, and sell justice out of court. So you can see right here, which I shall show you and enlarge it for you. You can see that there are huge claims of conspiracies between rival firms of solicitors and suggestions that Freemasonry is such a grey eminence that proceedings in open court are merely an outward show, while everything is decided in advance long before the cases involving Masons reach court. Furthermore, you can see page 148, which is giving out that Freemasonry is a morally polluted organization, and that Freemasonry is misused as a source of personal power by, like the judges that will hound and chase the case with the Freemasons. And it's a chain, and it's a rotation, and it's a revolving door. And then you can see that only the fighters have any hope of beating the system once it works against them. So you've got to fight out the injustices if you become a victim of Freemasonry. And then this is the civil servant of Whitehall, who is given the entire first-hand information, which is that how the criminal corruption works against the common man of Britain. And then furthermore, it's also been advised by the Parliament's inquiry to make everything public, because it says quite clearly in here that there is no defense against an evil which only the victims and the perpetrators know exists, which is, you see, the police and the judges and the public servants and the people that they hire are perpetrators and evil, and that is how they carry on into the terrorism of gang raping, breaking into your home in the middle of the night and doing it all, which is 788 in the Rogersaurus, and I shall show you those things. And you can see here that they even poison every part of the life of the victim. They get into your home, and then they'll get into key areas. They don't want you to have the key things even to eat and drink. They will finish them off. They will try to break you in every single way, whether it's your jewelry, or it is even Vaseline cream, or it is having the never mind. There is a lot more to it than meets the eye. May I just carry on showing you that here is the Dissidents, which is giving out that Freemasonry is a network of corrupt people, unscrupulous people, and it is a group of unprincipled Freemasons skilled in doing all the dirty work, you see. And then also, so that is what is unscrupulous, which is the underworld, that is the offender, which offends the law in every single way. And you can see that in 934 in the Rogersaurus. And here you can see furthermore that Freemasonry is defined here on page 3 in the prologue of Stephen Knight, the Brotherhood, which is saying that Freemasonry is an underground movement devoted to murder and terrorism for financial gain, and that it has branches in many different non-communist countries in the world. And that's how my father was brutally murdered in India. And we were given the threats in the United Kingdom. They were followed up in India. And then you can see that Freemasonry is an establishment-based mafia, and it is revolutionary, which is treating victims as criminals and criminals as victims. And the Freemasons benefit from Freemasonry only so long as the status quo is maintained. So it's all about status quo that is not going to change, and that there are political extremists in the House of Commons. And the Brotherhood, you can see that they also have members of parliament in here, and the local self-government, which is the housing. And that's how all your neighbors are also amalgamated and combined into Freemasonry, into rob, loot, kill, into doing sophistry, swearing black is white and white is black, into gang raping, and of course stealing your food and stealing all the core things that they don't want. They want to do in every way, they want to aid and abet the murders. So that is the heart of the matter. And then furthermore, may I go into showing yourselves the pictures, the photographs, which are of core importance. Yeah, I shall go straight into the Rogersaurus and the International Rogersaurus, which are here as well. There are some of these. Never mind. Okay. Oh my God, why is this happening? Okay. And yeah, these you have seen my 3 degrees, and this is okay, this one is 732, which is saying that Freemasonry is illicit business, insider trading is illicit business, it's organized crime, it's mafia, it's black market, and it is shady dealings, and it is pimping and prostitution, and it is illegal commerce, etc., and so on and so forth, and it's black market. And so that is what it is. But this one is giving out, which is 525, that Freemasonry is, you can see that it is Freemasonry, and it is a secret society, and it's suppression of truth, burial of truth, and that it is obfuscation, disinformation, misinformation, it is dishonesty, and it's a white lie, and it is trickery and deceit, and that it is the suppression of truth, burial of truth, and it is cover-up, official cover-up of the unofficial and prohibited activity done by the people in the misuse of authority, and also that it is sophistry, swearing black is white and white is black, and it is trickery and deceit, and it's all here, 543 and 541, falsehood, and that it is also not to deny and not to also, it's unaccountability, that's what it is, and that official cover-up, etc., and then that is 525, and it is under the cloak of darkness, and it is undercover and everything. And then you can see furthermore here, which is 541, which is giving out that Freemasonry is perjury, and it is false swearing, and it is deceitfulness and untruthfulness, and it's double talk, and it's misrepresentation of facts, and it is sophistry, which you can see that it is to swear black is white and white is black, and it is falsehood, and it is the frame up of the victim, and that it is fakery, and it is false piety, and it is crocodile tears, and it is a wolf in sheep's clothing, it's deceptive, and it's fixed, and it's trumped up, and it's hypocritical, and it's two-faced, and it's double dealing and treachery, and it's a put-up job, and it is frame up, and that is what it is, and hypocrisy and deceit, of course. And then furthermore, you can see here that this one is untruth, which is subterfuge. You can see that it is the reverse of truth, opposite of truth. It is a downright lie. It is false oath, false evidence, trumped up story, concoction, false excuse, and falsification of the truth, and anti-propaganda, and subterfuge is fraud, and it is mental reservation, and it's a pretense, and that furthermore you can also see that it is misinformation, disinformation, misteach, distortion of truth, falsification, and so on and so forth. And so there are quite a few things in here, but it's a white lie, and that it's a frame up, so it's all in here, and that it is perversion, so on and so forth. And then furthermore, okay, these are the photographs, but some of the things are missing in here, which I shall show you. And then these are the photographs of my sons when they were little, and they have been taken away by the Masons with an abusive father who's remarried for the last 25 years and has never divorced me. What exists is a bogus court order. That's my father, who was brutally murdered by the Masons. The children are with my father, and here is my father again. And here you can see furthermore photographs of the children and my father, how he was brutally murdered. And then these are some of my speeches that are on the web. And then furthermore, the light of the universe, and address to the people of the United Kingdom, and that's another one. Here and Now or Never by Kanchana Singh, and these are some of the interviews that I did for the Central London Law Society magazine, High Commissioner of India in London, and then that is him, Dr. L.M. Singhvi, and then Peter Mandelson, the interview which I did. It's not interview, I beg your pardon. This is, I attended the Golden Wedding Anniversary and did a report on the Golden Independence Anniversary of India, 50 years, where Right Honorable Tony Blair was supposed to preside in Hilton Hotel in London, but he sent Peter Mandelson to grace the function. That's Peter Mandelson, and that is Judge Mota Singh. His interview also I did in Futures and Options, which is published here, and you can see by Judge Kanchana Singh. And similarly, I shall show you that this one is also saying by Judge Kanchana Singh, which is on Futures and Options, the Law Society, Central London Law Society. I was an Asian legal correspondent, Asian editor for 3 years in London. That is His Honor Judge Mota Singh, and then this one you have seen. But I can see that they have moved and removed some of the things of core importance, which I shall show you, which is this is of hypnotize, anesthetize, and gang rape 79, etc. But 880 is of most important, which is giving out how the neighbors are taken into Freemasonry, and how that is of core importance. And this is an eye-opener, because I haven't touched it for a long time. And then you can see that Freemasonry is illegality and it's unlawful, it is unconstitutional, which is insider trading, is illicit business, and that is illicit business is flouting the law of the land, mockery of the law, it is transgression, it is trespass and deceitfulness, etc., etc., and so on and so forth. And so they hand the misuse of authority, you can see, is witch hunting, and there's also prostitution, it is corrupt administration, and it is embezzlement of the rights and property of the people, and victimization, of course. And then pernicious is the unlawful killing, you can see here, which is a bloody murder, and you can see that it is done to end the life of the victim, and by hook or by crook, and then to hasten someone's death, to finish them off. And this is to nip in the bud, and that it is a death deal, it's dealing of death. And then on the next page it gives you that pernicious is a death deal right here in front of yourselves, and you can see that it is the unlawful killing of the victim, so on and so forth. It's none of my making, and so on and so forth. And then 266, and then furthermore I shall now see if they're already in here in the Rogers Thesaurus, which you can see. This is 178 influence, which is the secret influence, which is hypnotism. You can see is to hypnotize, and that it is black power, and it is counteraction. It is swearing black is white and white is black again. And this is to change to something different. 147, that is what Freemasonry is corruption, is to change to something different. And inertness, which is again all about, this is NSIs and gang rape, etc., all of it. 679 is NSIs again, and I cannot see 880 here, but I have the book right in front of me, and I'll bring it forward. And this is white supremacy. 481 is misjudgment, which is racism, which is the Freemason judges. And you can see here is white supremacy and bigotry. Right here you can see white supremacy and bigotry, and so on and so forth. And wrong, this is the Freemason judges that sell justice out of court, that is the unjust judge, you can see here. And it's illegal, and it is inequality, and that it is also racism, and it is justice denied, and it is justice withheld and right withheld, etc. And then you can see they're guilty, and they're criminal and lawlessness. And then you can see that it is biased and pervert, and that it is selling justice out of court, you can see right here, which is 914. And then furthermore you can see wickedness right here, which is being unscrupulous, which is sinfulness, and it is unrighteousness, and it is demoralization, and it is underworld and criminal world right here. And which is unscrupulous, you can see the word unscrupulous, and unprincipled is right here. So it's none of my making, it's right in front of you. And it's steeped in vice and oozing with sin, you can see steeped in vice and sunk in iniquity and rascality and unchaste. And then it is also to deform the victim's character. That is what it is, to do that by hook or by crook. And then this one you can see is false charge of the victim, and that is 927, vindication of the judges who want to defend themselves by false charging the victim, which is here. It's a false accusation, which is a put up job, frame up, and hostile evidence, and faked up. And it is a false accusation, and that is all done by organized crime, and of course pervert, deform, and wrap and twist, etc., and so on and so forth. And this one is purchase, which is that Freemasonry is bribery and corruption, and that it is to buy the loyalties of the people. And this one is, oh, here we are, 880 is right here, which is to buy the loyalties of the neighbors and the friends of the victim and the family. And tergiversation, which is changing their allegiance from law to crime, and that is what they removed from there and put some other things over there instead. Shame on them. And then you can see here fraternization, and you can see friend of the family, friend of a friend, fellow townsmen, and don't miss the neighbors, because I do not communicate with any neighbors. I only say hello to one woman on the WhatsApp. I don't go to her house, and that's all I do. And no man, I don't have a man in my life for the last 25 years, and I don't wish to have one. So you can see the circle of friends and family and townsmen and countrymen and neighbors, and that is all done by tergiversation. Tergiversation is 603, and then 603 should be here somewhere, otherwise I shall show you. They change their allegiance from law to crime. See how they have tried to make sure, and then there's illegality again, and that is Freemasonry is association, which is assemblance, which is unholy alliance, which is common market, amalgamation and combine, and it is partnership of crime, and that is an access, which is again the friends, family, and neighbors of the victim, and the misuse of authority. And this is Freemasonry's insider trading, which is you can see his back channel, etc. And then this one is that Freemasonry is serial rape, and that it is it's indecent assault, it is snatching, grabbing, kidnapping, and they have been saying we'll kidnap her, hijack her, take her away, and get rid of her. All this has been openly said by the Freemason police, and lots of people know about it. When mafias and these are the public petition to the House of Commons on Twitter that has been sent, the videos to the House of Commons MPs, etc. So you yourselves have a good insight into all of this, and so you have seen that one as well, and so on and so forth. So that is, you do have a good insight. Yeah, these are my father's books. My father, very first professor of Punjabi literature in the whole world with 49 PhDs under him. You can see that already the phone hackers are trying to put that away. They don't want you to see that my father, Professor Dr. Surinder Singh Kohli, that they brutally murdered in this case, and which is publicly known. They can never deny that. And here he is, and these are the books by him. The Encyclopedia of Religion by Macmillan Publishers, New York, that has 2 entries on Sikhism by my father, known as an authority on Sikhism. That is the Conceptual Encyclopedia of Guru Granth Sahib, that is Dictionary of the Adi Granth, Dictionary of Guru Granth Sahib, then Dictionary of Guru Granth Sahib again, Mythological References Dictionary, Dictionary of Mythological References, Critical Study of the Adi Granth, Guru Granth Sahib, and then that is the first president of India has written the appreciation of this PhD thesis of my father, which is right here. And then this is about the author, that he was the head and professor of department for nearly 20 years at Punjab University, Chandigarh in India, Professor Dr. Surinder Singh Kohli, my father. And then furthermore, the Sim Granth Sahib, that is a very big, mighty work of my father again, in 3 huge volumes, translation from a very difficult language of the 10th Guru of the Sikhs. This is the second scripture of the Sikhs. And then Sikh predictions and ritualism and its rejection, Sikhism and major world religions, the Sikh philosophy, outlines of Sikh thought, yoga of the Sikhs, Sikh ethics, strange but true in Sikhism, Sikh prayers, real Sikhism, and then Sikh and the Khalsa and Naam and God's will and grace, attributes of God, ego, death and after, philosophy of Guru Nanak, travels of Guru Nanak, Sikhism and Guru Granth Sahib, the Sikh and furthermore life and ideals of Guru Gobind Singh. So these are some of his works that are here. And then of course I do have a lot on here which is to be brought to the public eye, but what I have to get into the public domain is tergiversation, which is I'll bring forth to yourselves straight from the book, which is here, 603, that they have taken away, and which is not a problem, for I know my work very well, and have done a lot of hard work. This is tergiversation. Freemasons change their allegiance, duty, loyalty, and responsibility from law to crime. You can see change of mind, tergiversation. You have seen that the tergiversation is done of the neighbors, of the family and friends of the victim, and you can see that it is traitorship and treason, and it is undutifulness, and it is shifting ground, and it's change of purpose. And then you can see that it is swearing of the judicial oath, for swearing and oath disavowal, and it is treachery, and it is double dealing, and that it is the offender. You can see here that it is the offender, and it is two-faced, it's betrayal, and that's how it's traitorship and collaborator and deserter, and you can see hypocritical and double dealing and false and unfaithful, and then turns one back oath and and then fall in duty. And then this is very important, that it is apostolized, change one's sides and turn renegade, turn traitor, join the opposition, cross the floor, and then betray and collaborate and be dishonest, and so on and so forth. So that is of core importance. Was like change sides, turn renegade, turn traitor, join the opposition, and betray and be dishonest, and following the rising star. And then you can see that Freemasonry is black power and it is white supremacy, which is right here. 733, that it is Freemasonry is that it is white supremacy is right here, and that it is black power, and it is usurpation, which is not description, sees the crown, seizure of power, and it is the uncrowned king, and it is the home civil service is in there as well. And so it is the black power, and it is brute force, and that it is a misgovernment, and it is counteraction, and it is political party 708. That is what they have taken away as well. So I shall show you that it is partnership in crime. They've taken that away as well. It is breakdown of the law and order, and it is collusion, and it is the abdication of authority, and it is a policy, which is political caucus, and it is connivance, you can see, and it is crumbling power, and that it is lawlessness, it is insubordination, and it is uncrowning and insubordination and dethronement, and you can see that it is waive the rules, and it's unruly and illegal and lawless. Here is waive the rules and connive, and you can see, and that is what it is. And so that is collusion and collude and connive, and so you can see, and that it is caused to abdicate, to force to resign, and it is usurps the scripture and seize the crown. And then furthermore, that it is undemocratic, and it is the misuse of authority, it is the oppression of the rights of the people, and you can see that it is please oneself and abuse one's authority and play tyrant, and it is tyranny, and it is also murder, which is spelt in here, and it is misrule, it's misgovern, and it is murder, and it's heavy-handed. So 708 they have taken away, which needs to be brought to the public eye, which is absolutely hideous. And how could they ever think that I will forget that? And you can see that it's cooperation in the criminal world, and it's a common cause, which is syndicate, criminal syndicate, and it is devoted to murder and terrorism for financial gain. It's a joint possession and a joint membership, and it is common cause, and it is cliquishness and unanimity. And you can see it's Gundaism and Gangism, and then you can see it's syndicate and combine, and you can see that it is to collude and combine and all that. And you can see hang together and stand shoulder to shoulder, make a common cause, gang up, you can see that. And then you can see that it is think alike and conspire and collude and connive. Again, it's none of my making. And then you can see negotiate and unanimity in the partnership of crime. And here it is 707, that Freemasonry is partnership of crime. It's aiding and abetting, it's colleagueship, accomplice, helper in crime, partner in crime, aiding and abetting, moneist and sharer. And 880 is part and parcel of it, where they take the loyalties of the friends, family, and neighbors of the victim. And participator 775, which is again joint possession and joint share. And then you can see it is aiding and abetting, conspirator, partner in crime, that's the heart of the matter, friend at court. And you can see 708 party, inner circle, which is sedition, which is the splinter group, it is breaking the law of the land, and that it is you can see it's an axis, partnership and association, and Freemasonry. And then you can see that it is an economic association, which is trading, financial gain and career advancement. Syndicate, you can see here, criminal and establishment based, and of course partnership and crime. And that it is an unholy alliance, which you've already seen in 617 in the Rogerssaurus. You can go back to it and you can confirm. And then sociable, and then you can see furthermore join a party, and then you can see, and then see side with the party, and then become one in it, in the membership. And you can see that 882 and 880 friends and family are taken into Freemasonry to side with them and to change and join the opposition and hand in hand. And misjudgment and declaration of war. Okay, that one is a gang warfare. That is the 1709. That Freemasonry is gang warfare. That is also very important. And 738, you can see that it is sedition, which is terrorism, which is mafia, and it is banditry, and it is wickedness, and it is infringement, and it's also tergiversation and defection. And you can see gang warfare and terrorism, and then it's underground activity and terrorism, and then you can see tergiversation and terrorist and anarchy and troublemaker. It is breaking the law of the land, and it is unwilling, insubordinate, and perverse, and subversion and insubordination, and willful defiance of the law, and underground movement, and overthrowing the law and rebel against the law. So you have seen that. And then, of course, last of all, I shall show yourselves, which is again of extreme importance. You can see in the Rhodososaurus, straight from there, I can show you which unholy alliance which is here. First of all, you can see that smear campaign of opposition to the law, that is 609. That is a secret caucus, you can see here, and that it is confessing its solicitation, and it is a fraudulent voter. That is the heart of the matter, and the fraudulent voter. And it is City Hall, which also has housing in it, which is the town hall, and it has the police and everyone in there in the Masons Lodge, and it is all about fraudulent vote, and it is opposition of the law. It's the opposition party. And that it is, you can see, smear campaign of opposition to the secret caucus, and it is a media campaign, and it's a negative campaign. Look at that, it's a negative campaign. It's mudslinging, it's dirty politics, dirty tricks, and it's a character assassination of the victim by a fraudulent vote, and that's why it's hypnotize, anesthetize, and gang rape. You've already seen all of that, but most of all, do not miss that it is also saying that it is political corruption, and it is political action committee. It is vested interest. It is black vote, black power, and that it is political corruption again. And you can see that it is nepotism, which is breaking people's careers and confessing for a fraudulent vote. So that is the heart of the matter. And of course, it is an unholy alliance. You can see here, Freemasonry. That is how they anesthetize, hypnotize, and gang rape innocent women. And no, they have just said in the parliament that we will rectify it all. Will they? Well, it all remains to be seen. What about? Oh, God gracious me. Anyways, we'll see. And so here is the unholy alliance, and you can see the partnership in crime, and you can see amalgamation and combine in the political machine, combination and access, etc. And you can also see that it is fraternity, and it is political action committee, and it is a breakaway group, and it's a splinter group, which you have already seen. The splinter party, which is 609, is the splinter party, and it is the splinter group, and that is what it is. It is the splinter party, you can see, and party of the opposition. And then I can also show you, before I close, is you have seen 880, but you need to see 980, which is the color bar and the exclusion and preclusion. And you also need to see 444, which is again to the exclusion of the law, and preclusion, exclude the evidence, exclusion of the you can see, of the victim, countermand here, counteraction, counter order, and that is what it is all about. And you can see that it is negative veto, and it is countermand, and it is exclusion and preclusion. So it is, after exclusion and preclusion, it also says the word kill in here, and criminalize, and ban, and forbid, and it's all in here. So it is, and it is unlawful, it's illegal, and it is illicit. And so you have already seen that it is illicitness, which is 674. But what you haven't seen is 980, which needs to become part and parcel of this. You can have a look at it quite clearly, and that is of extreme importance, which is here narrow-mindedness, which is in fact bigotry, and it is white supremacy, but it spells out quite clearly that it is not only white supremacy, it is black power, and that it is a black supremacy. It defines there, and it is racial discrimination, it is racism, it is race hatred, it is race prejudice, it is race supremacy, racial supremacist. And of course, do not miss that it is a color bar, which is right here. Color bar is right here, and it's segregation, which is divide and rule, and discrimination is here as well. And you can see all that it is also unchurched, and it is unethical, and it is not right. It's everything is deadly wrong, and that's the way it is. And so that should give yourselves a good idea and a good insight. And 603 is again join the opposition, side with the enemy. Is it 663? It's 363 in here. Oh yeah, 371. Have a look at this one. That preferential vote, which is 609, is in fact a graveyard vote, which is again killing of the victim by hook or by crook, and suppression of truth and burial of truth and favoritism. And so that one you have seen. And 363 is not far from here, which is, yeah, here we are. Changing of mind, which is tergiversation in this international or this Soros change of mind, U-turn, and turning traitor, joining the opposition, defection, disloyalty, breakaway, relapse, renunciation, and you can see backslider, but siding with the enemy, that's most important, joining the opposition and siding with the enemy, and that it is traitorship and treason. You can see betrayal and turning traitor and treason. So that is the heart of the matter, and that is what Freemasonry is. Change of allegiance from law to crime. It's change one's allegiance, and it's disavow, and it is unfaithfulness and opportunistic. So you have seen that. So that is what it is. And you can see that I do live Miss Jagkanchana Singh at 13 Wickham Close, Rusham, Manchester, M14 4HW. And this is, I'll put it like that so that you can see the 15th June, the Tesco has just made the delivery, 15th June 2021, which is 1 week ago. And you can see the rent statement again, that I live on this address, Frank Hatton Court, 13 Wickham Close. And that is the rent statement, which is till 4th April 2021. And you can also see the British Gas, which is here, giving out the statement again, etc. You can see here. And then furthermore, you can also see that again the bank statements of Jagkanchana Singh, which is here. And I'll do it like that so that you can see it properly in here. And then furthermore, and again you can pan on it, it's Jagkanchana Singh. And then I'll do it the other way around. You can see here. And then NatWest Bank, Jagkanchana Singh, which is here, Jagke Singh, which is 13 Wickham Close. And again, this one, both the accounts. And you can also see Jagkanchana Singh, 13 Wickham Close, which is the Sky people, because my TV is with them, as well as I have a broadband from them. And now you can see the time now is 2:20, which is Wednesday, 23rd of June 2020. And this is BBC News HD that is coming, and I shall do it the other way around as well, so you can have a good look at it. And I shall pan on it again so that you can have a look at it, that it's till 2:20, and that is 23rd of June 2021. And before I go, I have to show you that I do stock my things very properly in the Wilco boxes, huge boxes. I'm a responsible citizen, and I do everything properly. And I've been 35 years in this country, and a single woman. So you can see here are all these boxes in which I have stacked the lentils and other things, and they're all closed and properly done. And of course, that's the Hoover, etc. And the things, that is a little store inside here. I'll put that back in here. And you have already seen, this is the bedroom, and right in the bedroom next to this thing is here, and that's the way it is. And so it is of extreme importance. People should live and let live. And I have a public petition to the House of Commons accepted by a leader of House of Commons, obstructed on a very high level. I want both my sons to be given back to me. My oldest son is in India. He's in global health. He's a medical doctor. I want him back in the United Kingdom, in the mainstream. He's been to different countries. He has many credits to his name. He's with the Liverpool University. And I want both my boys back safely restored to me, no matter how old they are now. I don't have them for the last 25 years. My husband is remarried to another woman for the last 25 years. It is grave injustice, and that is because of the political caucus, because the judges are top masons. They treat the common man of Britain as expendable nuisance, and the police is in partnership of crime with them, along with many other public servants of different public institutions. And that's the way it is, and that has been brought to the public eye in the Parliament's inquiry by the Parliament itself, by Right Honourable Chris Mullen in his concluding statement. And now the time has turned 2:22, you can see, and so I'll now, this is of 1 hour 5 minutes and 33 seconds, this thing, and so I shall pan it like that, and I shall show you. And I'm not going anywhere, and I'm here, and that's the way it is. And thank you very much, and have a good day, and God bless you all. God bless you all. All my love and best wishes to my audiences and my dear friends that have supported me all along. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.